Welcome to LearnWire. I'm excited to bring this review to you today because I have been using this software for about the last month, and I didn't want to just rush into this review until I understood the software a little bit more. This is not your typical AI content generation software, and so I needed to actually get to know it a little bit better. This is definitely going to be for those that want more control over their AI content and they want something that they've never seen before. Chibi offers a lot more than the other tools that you're going to see, and you're going to be able to get as involved as you want with the writing, but there's also a lot for those of you that want to just use the tool for the most part the way that you use other tools as well. I just think that this is one of the most interesting and unique AI content generation tools that I have seen over the last 12 months. So I want to jump into this. Before I do that, I'm going to come over here. The software creator, his name is Chad Thiel or Thiel. So his first name's Chad. I'm just going to say Chad. He is the main developer and brains behind this software. There's a community behind this, and you're going to actually get this really nice community where you're going to be able to go and take different courses that they publish that's going to help you with flows and story building course. I mean, they put so much effort into trying to make this the best community that they can. So this is definitely what separates this from other softwares, the uniqueness of the software and the community behind it, that Chad and his team really care, and you'll be able to get alerts on what's going on over here, and you'll see different, like the main Chibi community right over here. You'll come over here and you'll see all the different members inside of the community. You can get help if you need to. People will jump on this. You'll have other members of the community, other users that will help you, give you tips and tricks. So this is one of the best communities that I have seen with these AI tools. So you're not going to be left to figure everything out for yourself. If you need help, they're going to jump in and they're going to help you as much help as you need. So that is definitely a huge benefit for this. I'm going to come back over here. We're going to go back over to the front page of Chibi. Now, anyone can have a writing assistant. Finally, an AI writing tool. Actually focus on writing. Chibi is your creative AI writing partner, and they're saying that it's used by thousands. I don't know how many people they have on there, but I think it's doing really well from my conversations with Chad. I would imagine they do have a pretty large customer base by this time. You can get started as low as $9 for an AI pioneer. So we will go and look at the pricing, but you can just come through and look. I'll go over the UI in a minute, but that's very impressive. I like the fonts they use. I like the speed. They've just put a lot of thought into this. They're constantly upgrading the tool and so forth. You're going to see a lot of customer reviews right here. You're welcome to go and check those out. At any time you want to go sign up for this, you can click the first link below. I do have a link for you to go and sign up for Chibi AI and so forth. All right, so we're going to keep going through here. I'm going to show you the tool. You can pause the video right here and read through all this stuff, but you're just going to get all kinds of stuff inside here, all kinds of different tools and utility tools that they have in here. You're going to see that this is a tool unlike many of the other tools that I have introduced to you. You're going to get a seamless experience. You don't think about the pen when you write. Why should your AI assistant be any different? Blazing fast, so fast, everything else feels slow and janky by comparison. I think this is one of the biggest things that Chad, the creator of Chibi, wanted. I know he was really big on like Jasper, and I forgot what it was. Was it Shortly or something like that? Shortly AI. Then Jasper went and bought Shortly, and just sometimes there would be some clinkiness even inside of Jasper, and he really wanted to make sure his tool was super fast. And you'll see right now when I show you this, it's going to have a lot of things that are very similar to Jasper as far as the write more button and things like that, but it's going to also have so many other tools that you're not going to get inside of even Jasper. So tools for writers, expertly craft genuine quality content rather than mediocre content at scale. A dedicated community I just showed you, clean, thoughtful, just what you need at your fingertips, and they're going to take your feedback, and you can go to the community. If there's something you don't like about the way the software looks or the UI, if giving you problems, you can actually give that feedback to Chad and his team, and they will actually listen, and if it makes sense, they will make those changes. And that's what's one of the advantages of going with Chibi, because they will listen to their community and their customers, and they will do everything they can to make those changes for you. You get the smaller type type community feel, that they actually listen to you. So a lot of advantages there. Toxicity allowed. I'm not very familiar with this, but it basically means responsible writers sometimes need to write more about responsible topics. Chibi won't hijack your writing with annoying toxic filters, especially when you can't figure out why it's considered toxic. So we're talking about like if someone wants to talk about God, or someone wants to talk about other topics that possibly get censored out with other AI writers. And this might be another big reason why he created his own software, that you're not going to get that inside this software. So that's really important. And then you get a letter from him. You can pause the video and read that as well. So a really genuine guy. I've talked with him several times now, and just really can vouch for this software. I think it's a great software, and the team behind it, the community, and the constant upgrades for this software make it worth at least signing up and trying it out for a month. So go click that link below to go and sign up for your first month. Let's go and look at the pricing real quick. And go get started here. You're going to see the different pricing structures here. Start at $9 a month for 10K word limit per month. So to write 5 to 10 really good articles, you probably could start off with the Pioneer. And then you're going to move in, and I think I'm currently paying for the Brainstormer 50K words per month for only $29. And you're going to see the quality of this tool, that it's definitely one of those tools that it does need to be paid for, because they're constantly daily updating this tool. And so it definitely it needs to, have a community behind it that's backing it as well, in order for this to stay on top. And I think going to be one of the best. Right now, it's not as well known, I don't think, as some of the top like ScaleNut and Jasper and Copy AI, but I think that this one is definitely going to be able to hold its own against them and so forth. So definitely no harm, no foul with them charging a monthly fee for this type of tool, and then so forth. If you want to get 100,000, their pricing is still better than what you're going to get with Jasper anyways. So they're a little bit underneath that, so that's good. And then you can go with unlimited for $89 a month. So super cool stuff right there. I'm going to take you right inside the tool. I'm going to try to do my best to not make this too long of a review, but you're going to come over here, and this is what you're going to see when you log in right here. I've done some full articles inside of over here, and we're going to go and recreate this article right here for you. But I'm going to just show you some of the things you can do before we go into docs and everything. We can go into templates. And actually what you see, this is what you see when you log into the software, right? You also have a dark mode right here. So super cool if you're early in the morning or late at night and your eyes don't really want to see the bright white screen. Then I've been doing this with more softwares like SERP Robot, checking my SERP stats and everything for my websites. And I really actually am starting to like these modes right here. I'm going to go with the light for this review. We're going to come back over here. You're going to be able to go, there's just plenty of buttons, so you're not really, lost. You can go right to the community. You can go to the studio beta. You can change the dark theme. It's going to tell you how many words you have immediately on the home page. I like that. So you just kind of know where you're at. And you're going to you can go to your documents or your templates, and you can also get this little tiny dashboard up here. You can get there as well. You'll just get used to using these little 4 dots over here. You can start a new doc. You can look up your doc library over here and start a new template and go to templates. So if you go to templates, these are templates that I've added to my library, and I'll just show you how that works, because we can make a new template. And they actually you can create your own brand new workflow by going like this, and we can create a brand new workflow, sort of like recipes that Jasper has, right? They have all that. You can get as custom with this software as you want. Writing prompts, word library, global variables. You can also go and use other templates that everyone else has created. So when you first start, you might want to be using other people's templates first before you go and start trying to create your own. You can create your own templates, your own workflows, all kinds of stuff. But we're going to go into the template library, and you're going to see all these template libraries. You can sort it by the category, but you can go and add more right here. And see if I have a check mark right here, it means that I've already added it. But like right here, you can let Chibi turn 2 to 3 keywords into an interesting marketing hook. So if you wanted to grab that one right there, you would just push this install button, right? And it tells you when it was last made. And then you'll actually be able to see over here all the coding that's behind kind of the command prompts that are going on right here. Super easy. Once you figure out how to just put the lines, you're just going to tell it kind of what to do. You're going to repeat that process again, repeat. And the more examples you give, the more thorough the software is going to be able to create. And this kind of gives you a little bit of a look behind what's actually kind of going on behind the scenes with these AI writers. But they've made it easy for anybody to actually go in and create their own right here, right? So these are really cool. I'm going to go and we'll do an example real quick of one of the ones that we're going to go ahead and go in and do. So I'm going to go in here and go copy something over here. Then we're going to go into, like I said, you can go over here and add all these different ones that are already done for you if you want. You can go create your own, or you can, and then this is your database over here of the ones that you've either created or added from their template library. Okay. I'm going to go over here to long tail keyword ideas, or even the headlines. Let's go and do the headlines one because we want to look, and I got these headlines over here, right? So I'm going to show you kind of like what it can do. I'm going to delete that. And we're going to come over here, scroll all the way down, and all you have to do is I added this keyword right here, create a list of headlines about, and this right here that I highlighted, I'm adding that to this code right here. So what Chibi's going to do is it's going to take all the information above right here on how to go out and get like creative, nice titles or headlines that you could use for your blog posts or maybe even your YouTube videos, right? Then we're going to come through here, and then we're just going to put our cursor over here, and I'm going to say run template. And it's going to go out there, and it's going to take all that coding. It's going to go out there and find me some really good topics: how to make money with graphic design online, how to make money with graphic design at your local cafe, how to make money with graphic design as a freelance designer. So that one was pretty good. How to make money with graphic design as a freelancer, and so forth, right? So then you can keep telling it to do more, or you can just put in keyword. Like right here, let's just say, I'm going to say blogging to make money. We're going to put the cursor right here and push enter right here. So we replace the keyword right there with blogging to make money. How to make money from blogging in 2019. Obviously, we'll just change that to 2023. How to make money blogging if you have nothing to blog about. So it's going to go, and basically it's live creating this stuff, and you can kind of go out in here and create your own templates. You can copy this template and create your own custom template. So that's kind of how the template generator, or how you would create your own stuff. Let's go back now, and I'm actually going to show you what it looks like to basically start writing with the software. So we're going to go in here. We're going to add a new doc, and you're going to see that you're always going to have notes over here. You can keep this notepad open over here. There's a scratch pad right here. Notes saved here are available across all your documents. So your scratch pad is maybe things you want to kind of put in here all the time, and you'll always have access to them. Notes. This is just going to be document notes for this specific article that you're writing. And then there's a word library right here that you have all these transitions, qualifiers, powerful, influential, and user. And you can use all these different words inside over here to help the AI to write. The transition words really work right here. We can also turn this off by coming up over here and just taking that off. We can have a blank screen, and you can even take that off to this level if you just want to write like that. Generally speaking, you're going to have this tool over here open. Now, don't get too confused or hung up on all these different things like right here, but you can actually control, if you hover over here, turn on to ask Chibi to write a bit more per use of the write more button, 15 to 30 more words. You can actually add that more times, as many times as you want, or you can minus. So there's different buttons here. You can really fine tune what the tool does for you. And that is different than almost any tool that I've seen. And that's what separates Chibi from any other tool. So you can actually add more tools to this tool set. Right now we have 2, 4, 6, we have 12 tools right here. You can actually come up here and install more by just clicking over here. If I want to add the ADA interest right here, we would just install that. And then it's going to come back over to the other side. And when you install that toolkit, then you're going to have all the ones over here. You're going to have the ADA right over here, okay? And then you delete that over here, and then you just add more tools. You can add as many or subtract toolkits from there. You can also go into here, and there are more custom coding and things that you can do inside there. I'm not going to go into that in this review, but they also have creativity. So articles where you're going to probably spend most of your time if you're just creating blog posts. But then if you want to get a little bit more on the salesy side, then you can go into copywriting mode right over here. And the persona, or basically the way that Chibi's going to write for you, it's like it's going to change brains. It's going to write more from a copywriting standpoint or a sales or persuasive type writing with that, right? Persona is going to be more of a, I believe, like first person, telling things from a story. So this is where you're going to really start getting the most creativity that you're going to get from the AI. And then story mode, telling stories as well. So we're going to stick with article right now. Let's go. And basically how you do this is we have a content brief, and stick around because there's some even really cool other things I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to say Control K right now. We can open up this, and there's so many other different tools inside of here. The list goes on, right? And at first you could get a little intimidated, like, what do I do? But once you spend 20 minutes using the tool, you'll start understanding how the tool works. and how things are put together. You don't have to use those custom. They also have the toggle, the block editor. You can open it up by this or a Control K. I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite tools inside there that I've been using, but let's write this article now. So I already have an article topic. I'm going to go ahead and just throw this in here, copy. I'm going to throw this in right here. And then I'm going to also say, I'm going to put the title in right here. Something like that. We have a content brief right there. And then what you can do is you can literally just say write. Now Chibi has enough information to go out and start writing immediately. The graphic design industry continues to be thriving, so anyone who wants to stand out should be writing blogs or doing graphic design work for clients. If you have a great portfolio, people will be anxious to hire you for their logos, posters, and other graphics. We can say write again. We can also, use that plus tool who want it to write more content for us. Now, of course, keep in mind that the best way to use it is to add some more of your own content to it as well. But you can see it's very Jasper-like, it's very Shortly-like, where you can push the write more button and it just keeps writing for us. Okay, so this is one of the coolest things already I can show you that I want to show you. I'm going to show you these tools immediately because these are really, really cool. They're time savers as well. Notice that this is a really giant paragraph. And we also didn't finish our paragraph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say Control K right here. I'm going to exit that. You can also use the button up here. It's going to open this up, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and type in finish. And the finish button is actually I think that is a shift enter. It's a shift enter, so they actually already have a short code for that, and you'll memorize that. But we can push the finish button and watch what happens. It's going to write the next sentence, finish the sentence for us, and make sure that it stops with a punctuation. That is huge to be able to do that, right? And you'll definitely use the short code for that. So I really, really like that, the shortcut key, basically. Now, look at this giant paragraph. We already know that for advertising purposes and for readability purposes and for people staying on your page, you don't want big blocks of text like this. So what you can do is you can highlight this text right here. I'm going to go ahead and do a Control K, and then we can go over to utilities, and this mobile cut right here is really cool because now we can just say mobile cut, and then look, it just automatically cut all those into different paragraphs with about 2 to 3 sentences max. So it really, really helps. Those are some of the really cool tools that I'm using right away with Chibi that I really, really like. I am asking, and I'm not really sure, maybe he's probably going to be watching this video, but when I do the Control K, and let's say if I go to finish, I'm seeing that there is a short code for this right here, but when I go to mobile cut, I'm not seeing that there's a shortcut code for that, and I feel like I'm going to be using mobile cut a lot. So I want that to be a shortcut key, or at least maybe being able to put it as a button over here, and I would just highlight this and then I would just push the button over here. So Chad, if you're listening to watching the video, that is probably the main one that I'm running into, that I think I'm going to be using the mobile cut key a lot, but I'm not seeing even a shortcut key for it. I'm sure he has an answer for it and I'm just missing it, but we're going to move forward and I'm sure he'll email me. So we're going to move forward. I'm going to be looking at now some different things that we can do. I already have an outline of the 11 that we can, because we can go right here and now I can say, I have all these different options over here. I can say, give me an outline right here, how to find your interest in graphic design side hustles, but it's really not giving me a whole lot right here. And with this specific topic, what I recommend when you have these list posts, see, they even have a list right here. That's really cool. Give me an outline so far of all the context, and let's see if it gives us a list. I think it goes out and finds some websites the last time I ran through this right here. So it kind of gives you some ideas right here that may or may not work, but I'm still not really getting what I want, right? So that's okay, because using AI, we also want to go out and do our own research, right? So I'm going to go out, do my own research and find some actual real top 11 places to sell your graphic design right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab these. I'm going to copy them and we're going to paste them in here. Now, if we had just a one question type topic or question post, I think that these tools really will work, and I will make more videos on Chibi doing that for you. But just for the purposes of this, we're going to go through like so, and we have all our top 11 right here. I'm going to go ahead and highlight all these, and let's just take a moment to look at Chibi's AI, right? So their user interface, I really, really like how they have everything lined out over here. okay? And we can go and easily access H2 to H3, H4, bold, italic, your bullet points. You can shorten, expand. They have all kinds of good stuff right here. You can actually summarize a section up to 500 characters. Just really easy tools over here. And I'm going to go ahead and make these all H2s. I like the font that they use. For some reason, it's just it's refreshing to see a different font that they're using compared to what a lot of other tools are using. I hope that they stick with this. But then you can go ahead and we can grab this, and a couple of different ways we can do this. We can highlight Fine Art America. And then we can say, we can push the return button right here and push the paragraph button. It's going to understand that Fine Art America is what it needs to talk about right now. And this, look how fast this is, right? So even comparing this to like Word Hero or something, it just wrote that entire paragraph. I haven't logged into Brainwork in a while, but it kind of reminds me of Brainwork once you get to this point. It's very, very fast. And Jasper, of course, is fast like this as well. But we can really, really kind of bust through these just by pushing that, return, and then plus. And the software is intelligent enough to understand that now it needs to talk about ArtPal. And it's going to give us a nice paragraph right there. We can also go and grab different sentences right here, and we can say expand. We want to expand on that, and it can go in and expand the text. We can also put our cursor right here, and we can say write more. We want a little bit more of a paragraph right there. And this is kind of how you work through using Chibi, right? So we're going to come through right here, and then right here, like we would go Control K. We'd go to Utilities, and we would go Finish. And this time I'm going to actually try, it's Control Enter or Shift Enter. I'm not sure, so let's try that. Maybe it's a Shift Enter. No, it's Control Enter. And that should be the Finish command right there. No, that wasn't it. Let me go back. That part I'm having a little bit, I've got to just use the software a little bit more. But in any case, we're able to come through and also, remember, grab this. And you would probably go through your document and do a Control K, and then go to Utilities, Mobile Cut, and then, make your paragraphs a little smaller like that if you wish, right? So you can use that. You can also just push the return button and say write more. And you can say something like uGallery is, and then say write more. Is a platform that showcases the work, and so then it just goes and writes a bunch of information. Right here, we need that Finish button. Okay, is that Control Shift Enter? Let's try that. Control Shift Enter. It was Control Shift Enter, and I will never forget that. Control Shift Enter, and it just finished our sentence for us, okay? So you just bust through these. I'm going to do this right in front of you because I'm just going to show you how fast this is. There's so many different ways you can use this. They have outlines, talking points, questions. I mean, we could really dive in and use all these tools. I'm not going to be able to do that in this review, but I am going to go ahead and work through this article real quick. And something while I'm doing this that I really like as well, that surprisingly a lot of tools are missing. One is PepperType. They don't have the amount of words in their notes or long form editor. They don't show you how many words that you're writing. And we really are trying to aim for a certain amount of words. Usually it's between 800 and 2,000 words, generally speaking, for the average blog post. And so we want to know how long our content is that we're writing. And it's really nice. I like how it's displayed down here by characters and words. Okay. So like right here, we would do a Control Shift Enter, let it finish that one, right? So we're paying attention to the punctuation. And mind you, you're going to need to read through all this, make sure it's factual. Also make sure that the sentences are going through and you're getting the content that you wanted to write about, that you're getting that kind of content. The content's high quality in this AI writer. But of course, you want to do what Chad calls the AI dance, which is basically you want to add your own words and your own questions and content and opinions to your blog writing. And then also you can use the write more button to let Chibi finish your thoughts, right? And finish sentences. It's probably not recommended to do what I'm doing right now, which is just to let the software write the entire article. You're going to want to go through and read this entire thing, make, proper edits to the software. But nonetheless, I'm just showing you what the software is actually capable of. If you did want this to write this much content for you, just using AI, it's more than capable of doing that, which is super, super cool. So I'm going to go like this. And we're going to go with one more, and then I'll see if I can use the summary tool for us and then wrap this review up. But here we are with an over 1,200 word post that didn't take very long. You saw how fast the software actually is. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight this and see it's too much text to do the summary. But I'm going to do a test right now. I don't know if this works, but I'm going to say conclusion. But I'm also going to come over here and look at the notepad, and there's in conclusion or just conclusion. So let's just try what it has over here. We're going to say in conclusion. Okay, so if you click on it, it actually doesn't do anything, but we're going to say in conclusion, and then I'm going to say write for us. In this article, you learned about some of the best websites to buy art online. Some of these websites let you purchase artwork directly from famous artists, and it just goes forth. Okay, and then right here, we would just take off conclusion right here, and I would actually just go up over here and say conclusion, and then we would make that an H2. Okay, so like right here, we would probably need to read through, because these websites are actually places that allow you to sell your art online. So this paragraph, it's not really what we talked about in the article. So that's an example of any AI. You actually would want to go and fix this right here, that it's wrapping up places you can sell your art and not buy. But I mean, technically, I guess people are going to these sites to buy art as well, but you're just going to use them to sell your own art, right? You can actually, for fun, go and do this highlight this whole thing, and then you can go up to the utilities tool again, go to utilities and mobile cut, and you can actually cut the entire thing as well if you wanted to. But right there, it looks like it did erase our formatting, right? So, and then let's see. And one other thing, I'm not really sure what this button is up here at the top, but I'm not seeing an undo button. I don't know where the undo button is. It's not over here. This is where you export. You just hover over here, and there's different ways to export your content, but I'm not seeing the undo button. I may just be missing it, but I've just inspected everything and I don't see the undo button, because I would want to undo it right there. But that is my review on Chibi. I do think that this is a very unique software, and you can tell just the quality of this software, why it's probably not on AppSumo or something like that. I think that they are doing something that no one else is doing. They've thought of so many different things. They're not really, I think that there's a roadmap. If you guys made it this far in the video, let me know if you want me to go over like their planned upgrades or their roadmap or anything like that. I think that there are users in the community that want them to build some SEO features into the tool. I don't know if that's the direction that Chad wants to go with the software, but having like optimization tools and things like that we're seeing in tools like ScaleNut and so forth. But nonetheless, for straight writers and actually getting down to the nitty gritty of actually writing really good content with a really good AI writer, I think Chibi is going to set itself apart from the other AI writers. So this is definitely one that is on my most impressive lists, and you'll be seeing more of this software from me. If you want to go and try it out for yourself, there'll be a link below. Let me know what you guys thought of this software, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.